Hi, this is Mike Power, President and CEO of Silver Range Resources, and this is a look at our new Bellehelen project. As always, first a word from our lawyers. And before starting, I'd like to thank our subcontractors, the unsung foot soldiers who get everything done. Bellehelen's about 70 kilometers east of Tonopah and about 15 kilometers from Highway 6 via dirt road. As it stands now, the property consists of 3 claim blocks consisting of 18 claims. They're on BLM land with no surface impairments, and they cover most of the principal showings in the Bellehelen district. First staking in the Bellehelen district occurred in 1904. It had its best years between about 1909 and 1911, when about 500 people lived at a small town site nearby. There was production from between 1912 and 1927 at an average grade from stope grade of about 66 ounces per ton silver, with some gold. After production ceased in 1927, there was some high grading in the 1930s. All in all, about 310,000 ounces of silver equivalent. There's been very little exploration since then, although a few of the majors have poked at the district since the 1980s. Bellehelen's in central Nevada, in an area that was dramatically affected by the Oligocene ignimbrite flare-up. It's on the margins of a major caldera complex. Let's take a look at the regional geology. Bellehelen's in the KAWICH range. That's a north-northeast to south-southwest striking mountain range, one of many in the Basin and Range Province in central Nevada. The entire mountain range is underlain by late Oligocene to early Miocene volcanics. These are primarily felsic tuffs and rhyodicitic lavas. The associated ignimbrite sheets are so extensive that geologists have long inferred that there was a major caldera south of Bellehelen, located down in this area and further south, which they term the KAWICH caldera. In the Bellehelen area, detailed mapping indicates that the entire district is astride a major fault. This is the Bellehelen fault zone you see here. It's composed primarily of northwest to southeast striking steeply dipping faults. These are likely strike slip faults, and there's some subordinate faults you see here, which are likely normal faults, and these strike more to the northeast. In addition, the Bellehelen fault zone localized the emplacement of the Bellehelen caldera. This is this oblong volcanic caldera you see here, and it's a separate volcanic unit in the district. There's a dramatic difference in structural style across this fault. To the northeast, you see that the faults trend northeast, and they're largely normal faults, and there's quite a few of them. To the southwest, there's comparatively speaking very little structure, and the sense of displacement's unknown. The Bellehelen fault zone is a long-lived, deep-seated structure, and it's the likely conduit for mineralizing hydrothermal fluids in the district. The Bellehelen fault zone is part of a much larger structural feature, the KAWICH-TOIYABE lineament. This feature, defined in fault traces and air photo lineament, stretches for about 50 miles east of Tonopah, and it localizes 4 low sulfidation gold and silver districts in central Nevada, including Reveille, Bellehelen, Ellendale, and Hanapaw. Mineralization in the Bellehelen district is classic high-level, low sulfidation epithermal in style. Quartz with minor sulfides altered to limonite and hematite is found in veins up to about 1 meter wide in some places, and often in horse-tailing vein arrays. Together, you can form zones up to 5 meters wide of individual veins with their associated arrays. As I said, the epithermal mineralization is high level in style. You see almost opaline quartz in places. And the area of the Bellehelen merger mine, native gold is found with sarargyrite. A little further north at the Ben-Hur mine, you find pyrite, and up near the AJAX mine, you find pyrite and galena. So there's a variation in style throughout the district. The largest deposit work to date was at the Bellehelen, Merger, and Peterson mines, where a stope approximately 75 meters long by 85 meters down dip and up to 5 meters wide was worked during the 1910s to 1920 period. The silver to gold ratio throughout the district is about 50-1. Here's a look at some summary plots showing results from grab samples. Silver values range up to 1,490 grams per ton, and we've recorded gold values up to 11 grams per ton. And the gold and silver is fairly well associated with each other. In the AJAX mine area to the north, most of our work today is concentrated on the AJAX mine and the eastern shaft, about 550 meters apart. Our best rock samples results to date are, not surprisingly, in the area of the known mineralization at the shafts, with up to 1,490 grams silver at the eastern shaft and 11 grams gold in the same area. There's mineralization found in outcrop in the area of the eastern shaft. The AJAX mine is on an isolated knob out in a pediment to the west, and the mineralization is not so well exposed there. Here's a quick look at the AJAX mine area. We're flying from the southwest right now, coming over the AJAX mine, and off to the northeast you can see a small spill pile on the edge of the hill there. That's the area of the eastern shaft. There's mineralization found both in the spill pile from the eastern shaft and in some of the bedrock you see behind the shaft. Further to the south, in the area of the Ben-Hur mine, very cursory mapping has revealed at least 3 sets of veins, shown here in blue: the Lexus, the Iron Hoist, and the Ben-Hur mine. There are numerous workings in the area, and we haven't fully explored this claim block. Here's a look at the silver results from the Ben-Hur mine area. Best results were 430 grams from the area of the Iron Hoist. And similarly, we got good gold results, including up to 10 grams from the Ben-Hur mine area. These are all grab samples from spill piles and veins exposed in place. We haven't done any soil samples here, and we likely will try the same technique we used at the AJAX mine to see if we can trace out more mineralization on this block. Finally, just northeast of the Bellehelen merger mine block, we staked the NEVERSWEAT claims. We only had a very brief amount of time to do some sampling. This is the results of about 20 minutes of sampling. There's a 3,000 ppm silver sample reported here by the Nevada Bureau of Mines and Geology. We grabbed a couple of samples during staking and got 159 gram sample. So a lot of work remains to be done here. Could there be something bigger here? We think so. Recently, we've completed a district-scale airborne magnetic field and radiometric survey, together with ground geophysical and soil surveys. We believe that what we see at the surface is the sizzle, not the steak, and we'll be expanding our work here next year to see if we can find something much bigger. Next year, we're planning district-scale geologic mapping and geophysics to follow up our hunch that there might be something much larger here than the known high-grade mineralization. So stay tuned.